As you know, we sell tenanted properties throughout the UK, so this might be a somewhat biased video, but I'm going to remain as balanced as I possibly can and give you real insights into tenanted properties, explaining whether they are a good or bad investment opportunity. My name is Phil from Let Property, and we help thousands of landlords every year to buy and sell their investment properties through our specialist tenanted property investment platform. First of all, what do I mean by tenanted properties? When we refer to tenanted properties, we typically mean residential properties in which someone or multiple people are already living. These properties are not suitable for residential purchasers as they need to be bought by investors using cash or a buy-to-let mortgage. The opportunity in the tenanted property market is outstanding. In the UK, there are over 4 million tenanted properties. According to land registry data, over 45% of properties sell each year, which represents approximately 236,000 tenanted properties that need to transact annually. Many of these properties go through an eviction process in order to be sold. However, by buying a property tenanted from another landlord, you're saving them from the eviction process while gaining significant benefits such as purchasing a property with a tenant who has a proven track record of paying rent. Another unique opportunity is that 80 to 90% of buyers in the UK property market are residential homeowners. However, when selling a tenanted property, the market shrinks significantly because you can only sell to other investors. This often means that you can acquire properties at a much fairer price with far less competition, avoiding the bidding wars that are common when using traditional platforms like Rightmove or dealing with local estate agents. If you buy a tenanted property, it means you get cash flow from day one of ownership. Quickly, before I move on, I've noticed that a huge number of you watching haven't hit subscribe yet. If you're finding this video helpful or insightful, it would mean the world to me if you click that subscribe button right now. We post twice a week sharing the latest investment tips and exclusive property opportunities. Joining our growing community of investors, you won't regret it. The worst deal I've ever bought was a vacant possession property that I thought would be a plug-and-play rental. I assumed I could rent it out a week after purchase, but it turned out to be a nightmare. I had to replace the roof, the boiler, and rewire the whole property to make it electrically safe, costing over 15 grand. In contrast, when you buy a tenanted property, all the compliance checks are already in place. This means you genuinely get a plug-and-play rental from day one, with no void periods or immediate hefty refurbishment costs. Now that I've highlighted the benefits, let's look at the downsides of buying a tenanted property. The first downside is that tenanted properties often achieve lower than market rents. Long-term tenants typically pay less because rents increase over time, but landlords rarely raise rents. 85% of landlords don't adjust rents at all. For example, rents have risen by over 10% in the past year alone. So many tenanted properties on the market today have rents below the current market rate. The way to address this is to evaluate each property on a deal-by-deal basis. One approach is to factor in 1 or 2 years of lost rental income into the purchase price. For example, if the rent is £100 lower per month than the market rate, you can reduce your offer by £2,400 and plan to raise the rent in the future. Don't let minor rent discrepancies derail your investment strategy. Adjust the purchase price and move forward. The second downside is the need for compliance. When buying tenanted properties, there's a lot of documentation checks required to ensure compliance. That's why it's critical to work with brokers and solicitors who understand tenanted properties. These professionals will make sure all the necessary documentation is in place at the time of purchase, ensuring there are no hidden issues or surprises after completion. Many people think buying a property with an existing tenant is riskier. They wonder, why would a landlord sell a property with a tenant in it? Are they not paying rent? In my experience, only a small percentage of properties have issues with tenants not paying rent. Credible brokers like Let Property wouldn't sell a property with a tenant who isn't paying rent. On the contrary, you're often buying a property with a tenant who has a proven track record of paying rent over time. This is actually safer than placing a brand new tenant without a rental history. Now, before I wrap up, let me tell you this. We currently have over 1,000 high-yielding tenanted properties for sale, offering cash flow from day one. These properties are fully compliant, have long-term tenants in place, and are ready to add to your portfolio. Whether you're new to investing or an experienced landlord, this is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Check out the link in the description to learn more about these incredible deals. If you're wondering where to find the best investment opportunities, check out my latest video for more information. And don't forget to leave a comment in the box below, and I read and reply to every one of them.